Hey, James Robert Elliott here. I am with my friend Gary Searle. Gary is a referral marketing and a getting lots of referrals expert. So I wanted to have him on my show today, give you some value. So today we're going to be talking about how to get other people to send you clients. So welcome, Gary. Thanks for being here.
Thank you. Really appreciate you inviting me on to this and looking forward to this conversation and hopefully sharing a ton of value with your audience and network.
Likewise. Cool. Likewise. Thank you. Thank you. So in terms of referrals and referral marketing, I'm going to ask an assumptive question. Is it often that people just don't ask for them? Is that what the biggest limitation, the biggest reason people don't get referrals? I mean, am I wrong? Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not wrong. I always say that obviously there's little pieces within the two things, but there's two key reasons that people don't get referrals consistently.
Mm-hmm.
And that is they don't ask for them, as you mentioned, and the other one is that they don't have enough people to ask for them. If you can solve those two things, that will drastically create more referral opportunities for you without all the other stuff that we could do in order to get more referrals. But they're almost essentially the first two things that we would look at. It's how to ask for more referrals and how to get more people to ask for referrals.
Got it. Understood. Okay, very cool. Very cool. So it's the not asking, and again, either maybe because they don't know how to ask, they're afraid to ask. They're afraid to ask because they don't know how to ask. They think people think they're pushy or me, or selfish. What tends to be the holdups for people not asking? Because, like I said, that's half the problem is they're just not asking.
Yeah. So I think there could be a number of reasons individually why people don't ask, but I think a common one is fear of rejection, not knowing how to ask, maybe not knowing who to ask as well, and perhaps the right time, little things like this. I think the fear of rejection thing, it's the worry about asking people for referrals where you don't believe you've created enough goodwill in order to ask. So an example I use is that if you started a business and your mum knew loads of people who would be great clients for you, you'd probably not feel quite as awkward about asking your own mum to send you referrals because she's a big part of your life. You've built an amazing relationship, most likely with your mum or someone whoever you've built the best relationship in your life with. They're people that if you needed to ask for referrals, you wouldn't feel totally awkward doing so. But if you asked the random person that you just connected with on Facebook yesterday for a referral, you probably would feel a bit awkward. It's like, well, I haven't built up enough goodwill and enough of a relationship with this person. So I think the first one is to asking the right people for referrals, and these are the people you've built good relationships with. And then obviously you start with your immediate life, and then you go into building business relationships and things like that. And then that gets rid of, or at least reduces some of the awkwardness of asking for referrals. And then I think the other one is you need to have this sort of real belief that what you offer makes a big difference to people's lives or business or whatever it is that you sell. And if you know that this is a great thing that's going to do amazing things for people's lives, then it's like, okay, now it's my duty to ask people for referrals because they are then able to help someone that they care about to solve a problem or create a thing in their life or achieve great things, whatever it might be that your offer does. Then it's like, okay, I actually need to ask people for this, otherwise it's not getting out into the world and it's not getting in front of the people who most need it. So I think we do need to remove ourselves from some of the idea of like being awkward about asking, not asking the right people, and just avoiding asking for referrals because of that fear or whatever it is to stop it.
Got it. So, like I said, it's I suppose the old methodology of getting out, literally or figuratively, getting out, meeting people, meeting more people, and saying, hey, who do you know that sounds like this? That sounds, I mean, again, yet the other half is the asking. But again, if you don't have anyone to ask or quality people to ask, or if all the people you know, and again, this is, I think, a negative assumption, but if everyone I know doesn't know the right clients for me, well, okay, that may be true. Although, again, you never know, which I think, and you probably agree, it makes sense to have a tight, powerful message versus, well, I'm a plumber, I'm a coach, I'm an electrician, I'm a, I don't know, teacher, I'm a this, I'm a that, versus saying, well, I help this audience achieve, I help blank achieve blank, so they don't have to blank anymore. Our plumber could say, hey, I help install the bathroom of your dreams. That way you wake up every morning excited to get up and get in the shower, get your day started. Or I'm instead of saying I'm an electrician, okay, whatever. I help people, I don't know, have their dream home because it's well lit and it's cool, it's automated, it's got all these cool lighting and colors, and you look like a cool bar or club when you host friends or something like that. Anyway, I think that's also a key too, is to say, hey, I do this for this audience. Who do you know is that you, or who do you know that sounds like that? And maybe I'm stealing I didn't want to preempt too much, but I want to preempt your conversation with, have a powerful message, have a powerful offer, or who you help and how you help them versus what you do. I'm a coach or a plumber or a chiropractor. Who cares? Versus a chiropractor could say, well, I help people with back pain truly live life again, with something like that, like debilitating back pain, really live life again, or play sports or whatever. So I think that could be something a lot of people don't have. And that way they say, hey, I'm a coach, or I'm a this, I'm a that. Do you have any referrals for me? Or send me referrals. Think of me for referrals. People are like, okay, who do I send to you? Who am I looking for? And what is that 1 or 2 or 3 words? Okay, that's Gary, or that's James, or that's Jane, or Fred, or Sally. What are some of the ways we can ask for, like, provided we are facing our fear, getting past that and doing it anyways and asking, provided we have a concise, powerful message, what are some of the ways we can ask for and get referrals? Would you say, what are some of the best ways to do it?
So there's 2 ways that I have found that have been really effective for me that I would like to share now. So one of them is to have something of value that you give people for free. So we call it like a lead magnet in business, or
freebie, lead magnet. Yeah.
If you've got that thing, what you can then do is say, okay, I've got this, and then you can use that powerful message that you just talked about and say, this is what it does. This is this is like step 1, or this will help them to achieve this. I've got this thing that I would like to give you. Would you like to give that to someone that you know and like, and would love to see get more of whatever it is that you do? And then it's like, okay, all you have to do now is give them this gift. It doesn't feel like a referral then. It actually just feels like you're actually giving them something of value. And then what that does is then when they consume your free thing, they come into your audience, the person that they have referred, and then you've got a chance to then reach out to them and see whether or not you can help them more in depth, or go to the next step, or whatever. So then all of a sudden it takes the awkwardness of asking someone for a referral, or even giving a referral, because sometimes we feel awkward about giving referrals. But if it's like, then we go to someone and say, okay, I've got this thing, I thought of you, I really think you'd like find value in it, I'd like to give you this. Then when they've got that, it makes everything a lot easier. And I think that is one way that we can kind of set up the referral and the ask and that sort of thing. And then the other one can be to go to the people that are in your audience and just say to them, okay, I know we've known each other for X amount of time, or we've done this in the past, depending on your relationship. Would you feel comfortable ever sending me a referral? So it's almost like asking them, do you feel like I would someone that you'd be willing to give a referral for? It's like almost like a market research type thing. And if they say yes, then you can say, okay, great, I've got this thing. What I would love to do is to think of 2 or 3 people in your network, or in your friends, however you want to kind of present it, that would get value from this thing, and I'll help you find those people. So I'm not expecting you to think of the 2 names or 3 names for me. I'll work with you to find those people, and then we'll allow you to ask those people if they want this thing. And yeah, like obviously the way you word it will be unique to you, but that's one way that you can do it. Is ask the market research of whether someone will be willing to give you a referral, and then to have something of value that you can give people for free, where it doesn't almost feel like a referral anymore. It just feels like a gift.
God. So what I think I heard was number 1, have something of value to give away, like a freebie or a lead magnet or whatever it is. Hey, if you know anyone that's suffering from, I don't know, lower back pain that prevents them from doing sports, or playing golf, if that's as niche as you want to go, hey, give them this guide, give them this thing. It'll help them. I think it'll help them. I design it for them. I think, because you're right. And now, instead of, if someone's in their head about, oh, I don't want to ask, Bob or Sally, because what if they think I'm trying to be salesy or push my friend on them or something? You're right. It's well, hey, you have this back pain. I have a friend that wrote this ebook on how to cure back pain so you can blank. Do you want me to send it to you? It would be interesting. And I think that's a really cool way to give a friend value and give someone else value to give to other people. So I mean that you stand apart from people anyways because you're giving value. Here's something of value that will help people versus, hey, and which is fine too, which is, hey, who do we know that we could send back and forth? I like that a lot. And again, when they consume content of yours, you probably talk about this too. The more content people consume, the more they're willing to spend money and the more money they're going to spend with you and invest in you. So I love that. So give something of value. And to your point, it almost sounds like a referral trade, if you will. I'll help you. Let's look at our networks. Let's discuss our networks. Who do we know? Do you know anyone that sounds like this or sounds like this or sounds like that? And who do you need? Do I know anyone that sounds like this or that? Versus saying, hey, if you need anyone that needs referrals, send me. Or if you need anyone that needs NLP or coaching or chiropractic or a plumber or whatever, send them to me. And it's a very vague general thing. And just from a neuroscience perspective, as I'm sure you get too, as a neuroscience, people's RAS, their activating system, their pay attention system doesn't pay attention to vague general things. It's specific. So when we give them 2, 3, 4 specific words, like, listen for back pain or trouble finding leads or people, slow business, their business is slowed down, or they're spending too much on marketing stuff, or ads or whatever. These people who I help them save money on ads and market in a way that's free. I mean, it's effort, it's time, it's exchange. So I air quote free, but I like that a lot. So those are the two things I heard as well. Is there a last recommendation that you really say, people, other than maybe getting out of our head and getting out of our comfort zone and just asking, but not in a begging way? I think I heard you say not in a hey, send me referrals. But what I'm hearing from you, I believe, is it's a two-way. Hey, do you want to get together? Let's look at our networks. Let's do some brainstorming. Who can we send back and forth and support each other? And I think that's more empowering to people than someone thinking, okay, I really want to ask Bob for referrals. I really want to ask, Sheila for if she knows some clients that I can help, but I don't want to appear like salesy or begging or whatever. But when it's that exchange, I think you're right. How can I help you? Who do you want to be introduced to? I think that can make a big difference. So again, is there a third option, a suggestion, and we'll have you back on for another show that you recommend that works really well for getting referrals?
Yeah, do you know what? You pretty much just nailed it with what you said. I think it is that mutual exchange. So a lot of people, when they want more referrals, they think of their past clients or current clients, customers, but actually, although they're probably your best source, they're probably not your most consistent. Most consistent source of clients and referrals is most likely going to be partnerships with other business owners or affiliates. And if you've got those types of people that are willing to send you referrals on a consistent basis, then what you can do is go to, say, your partners and say, okay, I've got this thing. This is what this is what it does, and like using the message that you mentioned. I would love to know who in your network would get value from this. And then what I'll be willing to do is then, if you send me something that you've got that's valuable, I'll then introduce this to some people in my network. So it's that mutual exchange, and you're setting up like a strategic partnership where it's like, I'll send you referrals, but you can also send them back to me. And then it kind of helps you to get in front of new people. So you're not having to necessarily spend as much money on ads, or you don't have to do cold outreach and that's what everyone likes to do. But if you've got strategic partners that are willing to introduce you to new people on a consistent basis, it can just be that mutual exchange. And you can actually set up a relationship in that way, is that, yes, it is going to be give and take. It's like, you will give me referrals, but I will also give you referrals.
Got it. That makes sense. Again, I think people are afraid to be seen as needy or to bug someone or bother someone or seem desperate. But to your point, when you go in as a mutual exchange, hey, what can I support you? And even if it's, I think, even if it's someone that has mostly friends, let's say in a environment that is more maybe of a corporate work or corporate employee environment, I think there's still a give and take. Hey, who do you know that sounds like this? And maybe they don't want necessarily referrals from you, but maybe it's, instead of paying for all kinds of marketing, maybe pay them, give them like a gift card, or send them some cold hard cash if someone converts. That way you're only paying if you get business, versus throwing money to the air and to the marketing machine of the world, whatever that is. You're paying when people do business with you. Take them out to dinner or lunch, send them a thank you card, send them a gift card, hey, or take your wife or husband out for dinner, or your kids out, or something like that. I think that's a really cool idea as well. And again, find some form of a mutual exchange. I think that's awesome. And I'd love to talk about, actual, referral affiliate official programs where there's agreed money back and forth. And if that works, we'll talk about that next time, though. I think that'd make a good topic, how to actually create a referral program, affiliate program, things like that. But how can people reach you? People want more referrals. How can they learn more about you? How can they look at your content, and how can they get in touch with you, Gary?
Yeah, do you know what? So because a lot of my kind of clients and connections that come from referrals and introductions, I don't have a massive presence on social media. I've got a LinkedIn account and I've got a Facebook account, but that's it. So if you do want to connect with me, I'd say they're the two places to connect with me. So yeah, like my Facebook profile is the one where I'm most active, but you can get me LinkedIn as well. And
Cool.
I would say just have a conversation with me. And what I'd be willing to do as well is anyone that is watching this and would like some more referrals, be more than happy to give them an audit of their network and find where their missing referrals are, because I guarantee that they are probably missing out on some referrals in their existing network. And I'd be more than happy to identify those with you in order for you to go out and ask for those referrals.
Fair enough. Fair, and amazing. And I mean, and everyone, Gary Searle, just spelling down below. That's how to reach him on LinkedIn and Facebook. And one thing we'll talk about next time, I'll give them a teaser, of course, is the consistency of asking as well. Most people ask once and that's it. There's a specific way to ask and a specific methodology to be able to ask consistently as well. So we'll talk about that next time. Stay tuned for next time, because Gary taught me that, and I thought I would show you. We are out of time now, but I will we'll leave that teaser till next time. Gary Searle, thanks very much for joining me and sharing some of your wisdom and tips on how to get.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here. And yeah, that's it.
Amazing, amazing. All right, thank you, brother. Bye, everyone. Have a